Hey, what's going on, y'all? 100 years from now, all right? So we're going to start off with that second measure. I'll usually leave that first one blank. Here's the second one. It starts with a 2 to 4 slide on the G string. I use my middle finger, and then you're going to basically do an alternating roll. So you go 2 to 4 slide, index on the B, middle on the D, and then thumb back up on the high G, and then you walk it back down again with your middle on the D, index on the B. So it sounds like this. So that's 2 to 4 slide, index, middle, thumb, middle, index, then 4 to 2 slide, and then use your middle finger. It lands on the 1 of the next phrase, which is G, and that, so lyrically that's 100 years from now, and then it lands lyrically on I won't be, which is the next phrase on that third bar. Open, I use my index finger in middle, but open, both strings open first fret, second fret, right? And then you do a 2-3 hammer on, which is leads us into the next one. And that's basically just a Foggy Mountain breakdown roll. Then it does a forward roll on the 2 to 3 0. And what I usually do is just which is just 2 3 0 2 3 0. If you use your index finger, that's part of the D shape already. So if you just want to hold a D and pull off your pinky, you can do that whole roll, whichever one's easier. I kind of tend to go both ways because sometimes I use my pinky and pull it all the way over. Sometimes I pull my ring finger, but whichever way is best for you is all that really matters. So that's 2 3 0 2 3 0. And that's really just kind of a filler lick as it's going, as the melody line goes, because the next is where the melody line starts again. You hold that same shape, and then it goes 0 3 0 4 3 0 2, and that 2 has a rest behind it, which gives us a time to move to the second fret and go the 2 3 hammer on. Just like you would at the Foggy Mountain breakdown lick, but you just do it once. And then when you're doing that forward roll this time around, you're taking your index finger to the 2. Right? And then it goes back to the same lick, which is the very beginning bar. So all the way where we're at landing at right now, that is the 9th one. So if you, the whole thing sounds like this. Then it does that forward reverse rollout at the end. Again, we're going to do some forward reverse rolls, and Foggy Mountain rolls are kind of part of this week's lesson, so I threw a couple in here. So that puts us to 6 7 8 9. We're starting back again on measure 10, which is the second, or the last line in the last measure in the second line. Index finger is kind of the one that runs this next little lick, starting on the B, index middle, and then thumb on the 2, back to the middle, index again, middle, 1, middle. Now if you notice, really, if you take your middle finger out of that whole little line right there, it just is, which is a melody. If I've forgotten, right? So the middle finger is really just in there to kind of make it banjo-y. If I had forgotten, right? Then it goes to the 3. If I had forgotten. Then this is going to be the C shape. It says 2-1-0, but if you go ahead and play a C, you can just do that as a backwards roll. like middle index thumb with a C shape, and then slide up to the 4, and then do a bar across these 3 and do the same reverse roll again. Right? And then at the end of that roll, you're going to slide down to the 4, which is going to be your favorite part eventually of this song, I promise, is that little... Just to get to that whole little part, that one little phrase, just real quick, we're going to redo that one thing. That one D string, when it holds that down, is a quarter note, not an eighth note. Almost everything we're doing is eighth notes, except the rest comes when there's like quarter notes. That's usually part of the melody, like where it lands, like bum, ba ba bum, just like here. Start on the D with the middle, do a 2 or 3 hammer on. You do the same, which is from the very first line, and then you do a forward reverse roll out. Alright, so the whole thing is really just based around the melody. That's the whole idea of a bunch of this solo, so we'll see. Hopefully it works out that way. If you have any questions, just hit me up, comment here, let me know, and I will answer them as much as I can. Thanks.